Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to the amazing campaign for Broken Arrow. As I've gotten into it a little bit more during our live streams, I've realized how rough around the edges this one and is certainly clunky in certain scenarios for triggers that would then move ahead the mission or would have you move to a certain position, then that will be auto-capped. But I've got to say I'm very happy with this campaign because it's really the only campaign that's attempted to try to make something along the lines of World in Conflict since, well 2008. 6, 7, whatever it was. Anyway, welcome aboard and good to see you all here. I'm certainly happy to continue on with this one and hope to see more DLCs in the future and some more polish around this one. Jumping back to the Russians now after a bunch of love to the Americans with the first couple of missions here and the landings at Kaliningrad. We'll get into a Special Forces mission a little bit later, but now back to invading, I guess, the neighbors. And well, actually, we've already done Latvia and the power plant here during Blackout. So now it's time to go to Estonia. Papers, please. We crossed the border at Narva. Let's get to it then and continue.
Hello?
Доброе утро, Colonel Demidov. This is Agent Lena Morozova from SVR.
Huh? Secret Service? Okay, what is it about?
Duty calls, Colonel. Mother Russia once again requires your services. We're launching a series of military operations in the Baltic states in relation to the attack of our troops escorting supplies to Kaliningrad.
But I was supposed to retire in,
Are you retired yet, Colonel?
No, but,
Then this is understood. You will work under my supervision in a special mobile command unit. Pack up your things. A helicopter is already on its way to pick you up.
but where are you taking me?
Grab something warm. We're going to Narva. Colonel Demidov, finally you're here. Please meet Captain Batalin.
It's an honor, sir. I've read your memoirs at the Academy.
Ah, yes, I've read them too.
And did you have time to read the documents I left for you in the helicopter during the flight?
Well, yes, the general intention is clear, but there are plenty of elements that need reviewing, starting with a proper inventory of our forces.
That's why you're here, Colonel. Your expertise is highly valued, and I'm sure you will rapidly find solutions to all those details. You will also be assisted in your task by the commander, who will handle the direct command of our troops and who will, I'm sure, always make the most of every situation. Now, let's get out into the field and start this inventory.
What I find really interesting about this mission and this briefing is that if you recall World in Conflict, that amazing game that happens to be my favorite game of all time, Colonel Sawyer gets a call from the U.S. forces in somewhat of the same situation. He's in a cabin, it's snowy, he gets a phone call from people who basically say, hey, we're going to need you to come out of retirement and lead a force, and he's asking a bunch of questions. Well, where am I going? What do you need from me? And then he's just off to go and do his thing. And it's the same here with our good friend the Colonel, I believe. And what's interesting too is they kind of pin him as a character that has been a legend in the Russian army or the Soviet army, and he's been writing memoirs and whatnot. And I believe Colonel Sawyer's been doing that too for a book or something like that in World in Conflict. But yeah, anyway, on to it then. We've got CV-90 35s, which I believe are Swedish armored personnel carriers, and then also XA-180s, and looks like we've also got some scouts with AT. So we're going to invade Estonia. Sorry about that, Estonians, but anyway, it's time to cross the river and inspect our troops.
The city of Narva lies on the opposite bank of the Narva River, which marks the frontier with Estonia. We expect only limited resistance from reserve troops of the Estonian Defense League. And since the population is mostly Russian, there shouldn't be much civilian resistance. But first, we need to regroup our units. Who is in charge here?
Lieutenant Petrov, I'm in charge here.
Not anymore. Commander, take control of these troops.
You won't be taking command of much here. We got plenty of vehicles in storage, but no one to operate them.
Well, thanks, Lieutenant. We'll take it from here. Commander, I will contact the nearby base and have them send crews for those vehicles. In the meantime, I suggest you take a look around and determine which vehicles the crews should be assigned to first.
Roger that. All right, take control of the city of Narva, but first we must assemble a combat group. So in this mission, a little weird, our reinforcements will come in slowly.
The first truck carrying vehicles cruise has arrived. Send this cruise to the unnamed armored vehicles you want to recover.
So eventually, this base will start to churn out units, almost like in an RTS. They'll come out to us slowly, and we'll have to use them. And sometimes I believe they're randomized. At the start, it's pretty much standard. We'll see, I think, T-80s or T-70s, BMPs, and BTRs, Strelas, and I think maybe eventually we'll get some artillery units. But we're going to have to randomly grab things and then invade the town. So this is going to be quite a challenging mission because, well, what we get is randomized and comes in inconsistently. We're going to go ahead and grab some vehicles here, the Strelas too. And we'll get some more vehicle crews here soon. I'm going to grab these trucks to grab supply.
BMP-2s are backbone infantry fighting vehicles, equipped with a 30mm autocannon and ATGMs. T-72s, old, reliable, and smoking heavily. Just like me.
Wow.
MTLBs. Who would have thought I'd be retiring before they do? BMP-3s. Now we're talking. This 100mm gun provides excellent fire support against infantry.
Battalion reporting. My troops are in position. I'm ready to attack. Just give the order.
Hold on, Battalion. The commander is still working on recovering armored vehicles.
Then hurry up, Commander. We must act quickly. Isn't that right, Colonel? Seizing the initiative and maintaining a high operational tempo keeps the enemy in a defensive mindset, making their actions predictable and easier to defeat.
He's right.
That's from your memoirs, Comrade Colonel. I've memorized some passages by heart.
Interesting. So he is absolutely supposed to be Malashenko from World in Conflict. And this guy is obviously Sokol 1. But also a little Colonel Sawyer with his intro, but absolutely Sokol 1 from World in Conflict, although I forget the general's name. Oh, we got some more units to command. Let's drop them off here. Okay, so we're getting these vehicle crews. They'll come in randomly from off the map. So as we're up here battling, we're going to have to zoom back here constantly with the camera to then put units inside vehicles instead of having, I don't know, some other commander or some other whomever below us to literally just tell these units to get into a vehicle. We have to babysit that while we're fighting a war. And of course, our wonderful AI companions are going to invade from another flank, and then we'll need help. So we'll have to figure out how that works. Okay, we should have enough units ready to go. And we'll need these trucks for supply.
BTR-82s. Those tin cans have less armor than a wheelbarrow, but they're fast and armed with a 30mm autocannon. Strela 10, anti-aircraft vehicles. The Estonians don't have any combat aircraft, but with American troops training nearby, you never know.
True.
Good old BMP-1s, reliable as ever. Machines designed to fight in the middle of a nuclear apocalypse, doesn't fear a bit of rust and snow.
That should be enough to start the attack, Colonel. We don't have all day.
Absolutely not. We need at least twice as many vehicles, as well as support units, and...
That was not a question. We're working on a very precise timeline. Multiple operations like this are being launched simultaneously across all the Baltic states. If we don't attack now, we'll lose the element of surprise.
Withholding information from me won't get us anywhere. How am I supposed to make the right decisions if I don't have all the cards in hand?
Nobody has all the cards in hand, Colonel. Not me, not you. Especially not you. Otherwise, it would constitute a serious security risk for the entire operation.
Pain in the ass.
All right. Commander, the bridge is right in front of us. This is a choke point, so we'd better cross it quickly and secure a bridgehead on the other side as fast as possible. The city might be mostly favorable to our presence. That doesn't mean the garrison shares the same opinion. You need to capture the border guard's headquarters as quickly as possible, and we might be able to take the city.
Free the city.
Free the city without much bloodshed.
Right, we're going to liberate.
I will continue to inform you when new vehicle crews become available, Commander. Use them to reinforce your group or to replace any losses, if there are any. Many vehicles are in very poor condition. Our mechanics will try to get some of them back into working order over time. Sometimes it's nothing, just a dead battery or a missing cable.
All right. So yeah, on occasion we'll get ourselves some reinforcements. We'll have to micromanage that. A lot of micro here. It's going to be delightful. And I want to get some of these units. Oh, this is a unit I hadn't seen before. Not a recon unit, is it? No. G-Wagon's abandoned there by the border, but I'm not sure why. All right, we're going to have to figure out what we want to attack with first. I think BMP-2s will be best, as well as the tanks. And we're going to go up this road and then cut right. And it would be perfect to take both of these apartment buildings and then be able to fire on the enemy wherever they are there. Now, more than likely, the enemy's already occupied there, so we're going to have to pump all of our troops in and then drop supplies to reinforce them. So we want to make sure we can get as much infantry up here as possible quickly. So BMPs first, then the BTRs, and then our specialists as well probably will go in first. Let's make sure we got our supply ready to go. Big supply first. Almost ready. Those are just going to be machine guns, I think. Okay. All ready to go. Let's begin. Tanks first to take some hits and pop some smoke. Transports will be a little faster. The invasion begins. Estonia is being invaded.
The alarm has been sounded. We don't have much time. Head for the Estonian Defense League's headquarters before they can organize their defenses. Captain Battalion, advance on the left flank. Clear route at residential sector.
Так точно, товарищ Colonel. They want to understand what hit them.
Not too bad. Gonna try to really keep the infantry alive here. This is what's a little bit more important for us. I want those other troops in the other building to give us line of sight for the troops also in the main building. Drop off supply wherever. Try to get these transports to back off a little bit. Okay, so far so good. Same with the supply trucks. Let's fall back. And our AA can come up as well. Alright, let's bring up that other infantry group. And we need to start hunting for the enemy. So T-72s will do that. Peek out, see who shoots, and then bop them. Perfect. Relatively quiet. Okay, I'm gonna have these troops come up. The assault on the left flank has begun. Friendly forces are hitting the same thing we are. Fall back. All right, now we move from building to building. And we're capturing. Excellent. Now they may attempt a counterattack, so we better make sure we're ready. Minimal loss is good. Not too worried about transports. More worried about tanks and infantry.
The headquarters of the Estonian Defense League is ours. This should provide us with a short respite.
Now, one thing we've learned from playing this campaign over and over again now
Crews have arrived. Use them to reinforce our forces.
is that blobbing up is incredibly powerful. A horrible idea. Don't do it in multiplayer, but in single player, the sentient being known as the blob of all your forces, especially those a multitude of transports, is incredibly powerful, and the enemy can't stop you.
Regrouping and seem to be preparing a counterattack. Defend the perimeter of the fort. As long as we hold it, we keep control of the breach.
BTRs have paper-thin armor. We'll bring them up. And let's have these forces here occupy another building. Alright, forces are in the buildings as they should. Artillery coming in on us. Looks like smoke. And these forces here, artillery. Artillery unit there.
Acacia! Artillery conquers and infantry occupies. Ain't it right?
Okay, we'll get the artillery up here as well as the other units.
CV-90 armored vehicles spotted. They're from their elite mechanized scouts battalion. Something tells me this attack is not taking them completely by surprise.
Try to save these units here. They don't have smoke, it seems. Switch places. Let's rush over here. Those BMPs have grenade launchers. Gonna do a crazy counterattack with these BMPs. But I don't want to lose the Strelas. There's a huge amount of infantry there, just insane numbers. Alright, keep those infantry in that building. We need to support the infantry. Get the artillery on lock there. Okay. And all of our supply went towards saving our infantry. Okay, getting more units up. So now that I know what, it's amazing, as we know what goes on in this mission, as we have more experience through the campaign, it almost becomes harder to play for whatever reason. Maybe it's because we're making videos on them to, you know, showcase the gameplay a little bit more effectively, and so trying to be more cinematic, but this knowledge comes at a price of doing it the hard way. Okay, luckily we still have a tank remaining, and we'll get access to more, don't worry. Okay, let's go there. Oh, plenty of new units available. That's gonna be trash.
They're falling back and taking defensive positions in the buildings of the city center. Continue your progression through the city, Commander. We need to clear all the pockets of resistance.
Uh-oh.
Capture this crossroad, Commander. It controls the two main axes of the city. Nothing enters or leaves without us knowing if you control it.
All right, we got to capture the center. Additionally,
the railway station is an important logistics hub. You can probably grab some supplies for your troops there.
Wasn't able to command my troops during the cutscene, but the enemy will start retreating from the left, so taking that bridge will be incredibly important, as well as that supply position down there. Go ahead and start picking what other vehicles we want. BMP-2s will probably be best here for now. And we'll get all of our Euro trucks down there to resupply. Kind of cool. In this mission, we're not really calling out units. We're just picking units that already exist.
Partisans is willing to join our forces, Commander. They're quite inexperienced and poorly equipped, so it's best to use them as the rear guard elements or cannon fodder. Your choice.
Friendly forces joining us. Okay. Reservists there. Nice. Push them up from building to building. Would be cool if they had different audio.
Full of vehicle crews has arrived. They're waiting to be dispatched.
All right, more units on the way. All these trucks are going to try to bring supply over to, especially the infantry. Okay, let's get our artillery out. Let's get a tank in good position. Actually, we don't have to hold this position now and just capture the crossroads. They will urge us to do it. I think we can take our time a little bit. Enemy aircraft spotted. We don't really have anything for that. Never mind, we do. Well, thank God we didn't go up there. At this point, I would say spread out, but honestly, I think staying in a clumped group is... I know, you got to resist your urges to spread out and take cover. The unwise do that. Can't believe I'm saying that. Alright, what else do we have? BMP-3s. Let's get the, boy, a Buratino as well. No, avoid the artillery for now, aside from the grad that I believe is over there. But the Buratino will be good to aim at the bridge, since we know in advance that they're coming from that direction. You know, actually, it might be better to bring all that infantry down, but, that should be about 8,000 supply. And we'll keep these trucks ready to go behind the glorious grain elevator.
Look at that! An old Soviet Buratino! What the hell is it doing here? I'm not sure it's the right tool for the job. I mean, we're not here to raise the city to the ground.
Транспорт, слушаю.
And we got another free supply truck, too, to bring up to the front.
Где мы нужны?
Как ракетные сани на рельсах.
And we'll keep our supply kind of hidden. The artillery will need resupply, too. And we can even use smoke to cover our advance to those buildings.
Готов сотрясать землю. Транспорт на связи.
Alright, BMP-2 wave.
Приказ понял. Едем.
Loaded with infantry.
На связи. Какие ваши указания?
Will actually be effective.
Боевая машина пехоты на
Commander,
связи.
we have a dormant cell infiltrated nearby. Link up with them. I am sure they will prove to be very valuable assets.
Выдвигаемся. Пути. Мы переезжаем.
Vehicle crews are waiting to be assigned, Commander.
Двигаюсь к точке. Подай
Okay, we're going to link up with these guys over there, see if we can with the cheap vehicle. Vehicle crew is being
Тактический
locked in for assignment.
Мы будем на позиции быстрее.
I want the artillery within range of the crossroads. We want to get them a little closer.
Пехота ждет приказа.
Reservists are in a good spot there.
Обороны. Это пехота.
Looks like we have resupplied everybody. That's good.
ПВО ждет целей. Снабжение заказывали. Тяжелый транспорт здесь.
All right, there's only one unit available at the moment.
Выдвигаюсь.
So we'll have 3 more vehicle crews ready to go.
Пехотинцы ждут ваших приказов.
Логистика готова. Катимся.
And then
Огнеметный расчет на связи. Транспорт
BTRs.
ждет приказа.
Excellent.
Снабжение заказывали.
Точка U, ballistic missile. Now that's all Soviet tech. Still, as long as the missile managed to launch, it should come back down. Eventually.
Как ракетные сани на рельсах.
Пехота здесь.
Eventually, indeed. Let's go ahead and get these guys in BMPs. I'm going to try to pick these out. BMP-2Gs have grenade launchers, which is great.
72-ка. Выдвигаемся. Арту вызывай.
Artillery on standby. We'll have the artillery probably move up here, actually.
Понял, принял.
Good range to the bridge and good range to the crossroads.
Это пехота.
Our reservists still unopposed. Move up to the next building.
Пехота ждет приказа. Залезай в броню. Пехота на приеме. Карета подана. Пехотинцы ждут ваших приказов.
Trying to load up every vehicle and take count as we do it. Enemy tank spotted there. CV. Basically like a little tank.
Транспорт ждет приказа. Заводи мотор. Транспорт, слушай.
Gotta get ready for a big blob.
Тактический грузовик готов к перевозке. Мы переезжаем.
Let's have that vehicle carry some more stuff up. Got a better supply vehicle.
Ракетная артиллерия ждет ваших указаний.
And this will be great for knocking out buildings that have infantry in them. Especially ATGMs when we find them.
Грузовик снабжения готов к транспортировке. Кому нужны припасы?
4-ton capacity on those trucks. 8 tons on this one. Wow. We'll probably consolidate that around the artillery. And everything else will be ready to rush to the front. Did we link up? We did. All right. Special forces here on the flank.
Разведка на связи.
I think we're just going to have them come on back for the party.
Сделаю. Выше нас только звезды.
It would be good to use them from the flank and get a bird's eye view, but we're playing by the game's rules here. Obviously, we'd want to sneak up and hold fire and slowly deal with what the enemy may have out there with rockets and... Nope. Not doing that. We're going to do things tactically, according to the game. Let's get the Bertino up there. He's got pretty minimal range.
Без проблем. Только сначала запакуемся. Приказ понял.
We could probably fire him from there.
Только разложились. Погнали.
And then
Ракетные
I want the Grad right there as well. I think the Grad's got a little longer range. This fires 150 something millimeter rockets. These are 220 thermobaric missiles. And on the Grad, 122. Also don't think the enemy will counter artillery our positions, but you never know. Great music, really sounds like World in Conflict as well during some of the cutscenes. In that game's cutscenes are present here. Bring up Chop Smackers, and then what else we got? No other units available? I don't think. Ooh, actually, why are they over here randomly? So weird. And like in the back of some guy's yard, and at the back of what looks to be an apartment, there's vehicles available, but no more here at the base. Were some guys keeping it in the garage? Let's keep one guy here. One group can go there. Whatever it is, we'll grab it, and we'll continue our setup. Okay, so we'll keep anti-aircraft spread out a little bit. The desire to do things with that special forces unit correctly is high, but I know better than that. Especially since this Spetsnaz group has a very good AT, and also their ability to destroy infantry is great. Okay, we're gonna put them in a BTR, a BMP-3 too. Alright, this will be the meat shield wave. And have these troops move up to what looks to be a little mall there. The Green Arrow Mall, which has an ATM in it. Wow. Alright, things are looking real nice. Unfortunately, these vehicle crews don't have a command to sprint. Well, we're still waiting on the special forces too. And the MTLB, you know, it's interesting, there's not really a lot of resistance on this side over here. We might be able to just fast move up this road, at least up to this point. And there's a hell of a lot more cover. Might actually consider a flank attack like this. Alright, we're going to move our units over that way. There's really no resistance at all on this right side. There's got to be one unit somewhere.
Fine, Commander. T-80s were only issued to elite tank units. They've aged a bit now, of course, but who hasn't, huh?
Oh, T-80Us, wonderful. Are they going to go across the second bridge? Okay. Hopefully there's no resistance on this right side. We'll see. Intel for future playthroughs, I guess. Alright, let's get all the infantry going. Alright, let's get the new tanks up there too. I don't see any other units marked. There was some.
Пехота здесь. Потопали.
Beat these units at the road. Why the hell do we have units everywhere? Oh wow, beat T-72B. These might need to be rearmed though. It's going to take extra time if we got to send them out for ammo.
Пехота ждет приказа.
Okay, anyway,
Спецназ ГРУ на приеме. По машинам.
just hop in those vehicles. The blob is king.
Вас доставить. Т-72 готов. Куда вас доставить?
Пехота на связи. Какие ваши
Gonna link up with this
указания?
vehicle crew here with the BMP-1P and pick them up.
БМП слушает.
Now the goal here, uh-oh,
Мотолыга здесь, ведем бой.
enemy HMG.
Назад!
Now the goal here will be to try to basically use these troop transports as drop ships to where when the enemy destroys them, hopefully it'll be right next to a position where the enemy's in. The infantry don't take too much damage by doing that, and they'll be almost ready to clear a building on their own and then take that building and hold it against other buildings nearby and other vehicles. So we can turn an enemy strong point into our strong point, getting rid of it, and then also destroying enemy vehicles and whatnot, courtesy of the blob. Doing things with honor and tactics and strategy and patience and planning and timing don't work here. You'd be a fool.
Снабжение заказывали.
Got to think of Wargame Red Dragon North Korea tactics or China. That's the way to play. Okay, getting close to that position. Let's check our tanks now. We did have those T-72s and T-80s arrive, yep. Then we have some more tanks at the bottom.
Коробочка на приеме.
And I just want to make sure we put artillery. Oh, great. Artillery's got good range around that position. And we can smoke out when we approach on this right flank. And then the Buratino, we can't change its ammo type, of course.
Ракетная артиллерия на связи.
But I want to make sure we could hit all these positions. I'm going to bring the Grad back a little bit. One hit and that thing's toast.
Еду туда.
Eventually the units on the left flank are going to break and we'll have to hold that position.
Транспорт здесь.
Alright, let's see what we have here.
Баба с возу кобыли легче.
I actually didn't see this the last time we played, so this will be completely new. Most valuable thing is that T-72. These may be actually losses that we had taken that are being replenished. Maybe.
Транспорт, слушаю.
Oh, they need repairs.
Выдвигаемся. Тактический грузовик готов.
I'm gonna have a truck drop off here.
Покинуть салон.
No comment from the commander, huh? Wow, guy's got AA way out, well past the battlefield. So these guys have no ammo and some damage. I appreciate the whole repair thing, but what could have worked here is possibly something more like the first Russian mission for World Conflict, where it was all about the Berlin Wall. And in that mission, you start out as some Spetsnaz forces, and orders come through to attack and whatnot. And it would have been cool to build it up here by having your forces do all this building up beforehand, where they're talking about tensions are rising. Maybe you have a Spetsnaz unit in the back. You're blowing up some special NATO units or defensive positions or something, or you're scouting while you're also building up your army, and then you get the order to attack, and then the order comes in to basically pour all in. But again, that would represent planning, and this game is literally hinting at, yeah, don't plan, just it's probably going to work out, just fast move everything. This is literally what the lady at the beginning of the mission is saying too. I don't even know what the hell she's working for, what, FSB or whatever. But two opposing castles, lol. Looks like something out of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Malashov? Okay. Units are on their way. I'm I want to speed things up too, but I also want to make sure I'm not missing anything that's around. Especially in the back, if we can call something out if it pops up. I don't want to miss it. Okay, so artillery. Let's line up all these boys. And Biertino, you can be on 4. Okay, let's again check it. Yep. Oh, perfect, perfect. Great, great. I also want a bigger spread on the weapon. One thing we used to do back in the war game days is you'd shoot at a unit or near it to get it to panic, and that would increase the size of the spread, but at a closer range. So you could get, you know, if the enemy was in a large area, you could kind of adjust the spread. So you could go from something like that to this. More vehicle crews? Well, I don't know where we can resupply yet. But if we take losses, we'll probably get them. All right, things are looking in much better shape. I wonder what the other guy on the left is dealing with. He's got a couple of infantry squads and some transports in front of him, and lots of friendly infantry too. Motor Strelick is pretty good, actually. Able to almost win a, or sometimes even win a battle on against Delta Force. Imagine that. I'll leave that truck there for them. Okay, looks like we're fully supplied. I think we're ready to start the attack. So when we do this, yes, it'll be attack move, and it'll be glorious and amazing. And we will use smoke to draw a line. Probably up this road. I'm gonna wait until all these units leave before we do that. It's gonna be a nightmare getting in there. Especially those CV-9035s. I don't even know what they have for a main weapon. I wish I could see enemy vehicle stats. That could be a 100mm cannon? Maybe it's an auto cannon. 50mm maybe. Crazy. All right. Big blob begins. Okay. No, no, no. Rockets are ready to go just in case. Smoke's out. Perfect timing. There's a missile just flying around.
Comrade Colonel, they're beginning to retreat on my flank as well. Their combat units are still holding the line, but I can see trucks trying to escape. They're heading your way, Commander. You should be able to intercept them at the main crossroad if you manage to hustle it a bit.
I was so quiet, I was hoping it would work, and it did. Okay, we have the crossroads. Storm those buildings. Not so bad. I wish we had a few more tank survivors. But it's okay.
Perfect. You hold the central crossroad. This is the beginning of the ends for them.
Let's clear the way here. I want to try to bring up supply, but I want to clear the way.
Additional enemy units are converging in the direction for the central crossroads. Don't let them retake it and intercept the retreating units, Commander.
Intercept those trucks, Commander. Don't give them a chance to fall back.
Okay, I'm just going to bombard the bridge a little bit. The Grad is also going to fire too. Okay, looks like we cleared most of that. Can you believe it, boys? The blob was successful. I think we destroyed something on the bridge, maybe. There's a chance. We're going to keep hammering their positions.
Look at that! Booker light tanks! The Americans are giving them away to anyone willing to take them these days.
They're not real tanks, just glorified assault guns. We'll deal with them easily, Comrade Cordon.
I don't know. They sure look like tanks, if you ask me.
Enemy choppers. We just got to drop a bunch of supply. One of the tanks got hit. One of the trucks got hit. More importantly, we're resupplying infantry. Wow. So much for that. Infantry got some resupply, though. They needed that. Eventually, a large group will break through. We're going to spread out the supply a little differently this time.
All the trucks have been destroyed. Don't you think I should get some credit for that? After all, I'm the one who made them flee in your direction.
Notice Strelicky getting hit pretty badly there. Okay, air defense is good. Infantry barely holding on.
You've lost control of the crossroad, Commander. Retake it immediately.
We're hitting everything we can. We got all the forces here the best we could, honestly. Clearing out that area of enemy forces was really important. Let's rear on these units.
Comrade Corin, the enemy is in full retreat on my side. I'm right on their heels, but they will arrive in force from your left flank, Commander. Be ready to greet them.
All right, here comes some more infantry. Okay, we're going to send in these reservists now. We're that desperate. Just need to identify who and where they are. We're retaking the crossroad. Game knows it's tough. They're sending us reinforcements, and we have units here ready to go. I actually wish I would have seen that before, but I was too busy micromanaging. Okay, reinforcements will arrive. Oh, look at that. Forces were exactly where I wanted to go. Set them with artillery. We poured in more men. All right, let's hit him with the Brian Boitano, the Buratino, the Burrito, the Legend. Come on, baby, get that truck in there. Come on, boys, get in the building. Ryan's a little late, but if there is any more reinforcements, which there could be, we're ready for them again. There could be another wave. Speaking of which, we'll never make it in time. Too many enemies and not enough reinforcements. We will bombard the hell out of it and counterattack. Alright, this wave should capture it. So if I was a little earlier on identifying these reinforcements and sending them, we could maybe get it, possibly have a chance. Send the vehicle crews to the side.
Some enemy units managed to get through, but they suffered heavy losses today.
It's all good. Not bad. So that's coming down to the game mechanic of this mission.
Enemy forces are retreating from the town. This was a decisive victory today.
Not bad.
I think it's time for everyone to rest and refit.
Negative, Colonel. Begin the pursuit immediately. Don't give them any respite.
All right, there you go. Okay, so yeah, if we timed it a little differently with the reinforcements, that would have been a excellent full clear on that one. But to hold the crossroad and to stop reinforcements coming from behind you, reinforcements coming from the left side, and then of course any other enemy units that may have come around from previous counterattacks. Seems like they counterattack after retreating. I don't know, it's crazy to hold that crossroads, but regardless, I'm happy with it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. We're rocketing towards 2 million Raptorians, so glory to Raptoria down below in the comment section, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.